Hey guys, thank you for coming back for another episode of Elevate with Erica. I'm your host, Erica, and I'm feeling pretty fired up about our topic today. Stop worrying and just freaking show up for your life. This is going to be a short and sweet episode, and I know you will have some takeaways. Have you ever really wanted to do something, go for something, big or small, and gotten lost in worrying about what could happen? And usually we only worry about the bad things that could happen, right? I mean, you're not sitting there worrying, oh, this could freaking work out, and that would make me a total badass for going for it. No. You're worrying, what if this doesn't go as planned? What if I fail? What if I look like an idiot? What if I let someone down? Those things just roll off my tongue because I do it too. And friend to friend, worrying has never helped any situation, right? I mean, it's natural to have fears, but fears alone don't hold us back or slow us down. That's what I'm talking about today. Now, first I want to differentiate worrying and fears. I saw a quote the other day that said, worrying is like empty calories. It's just never good, right? It does absolutely nothing for us except conjure up bullshit situations that haven't even happened and may not even happen. But they literally awake our imagination and we play out these scenarios that keep us from doing what we want to do. We become overwhelmed by those scenarios, and then we just don't do the thing that's on our heart. Fear, on the other hand, is normal, and it's kind of exciting, right? Well, I mean, exciting to push through and get to the other side of. Fear doesn't hold you back. It's the worrying behind the fear. We can accept fear and still walk through it. We talked about that in episode 1, right? Worrying is like building a brick wall, brick by brick, between where you are now and where you want to go, stacking those bricks up, worry by worry, with all the negative things that could happen. Fear is unavoidable. Worrying is avoidable. Now, I'm the type of person that doesn't get worked up easily. That's just not my approach to problems. By the way, I can 100% tell you, while I believe we are all born with personalities already, I also know that my approach to problems comes from my upbringing. When there's a problem in my life, I always think, shit could be a lot worse. Like people have bigger problems, and they figure it out, so I can too. Also because I'm stubborn AF. I don't do this to minimize my problems, though, but more to take a more rational approach. I think, this is solvable. This is not permanent. How can I get beyond this? It's not the end of the world. My mom has gone through a lot in her life. My stepdad had a lot of issues come up all the time in running a business. I saw them both get through so much. They didn't hide their problems from me. I'm so grateful to them for that. So, problems don't shake me. I see it as a challenge. Now, having said that, it doesn't mean I haven't sat and worried before, but I don't think it's in the end ever held me back. I can get on the other side of it. Sometimes it just takes a little longer than others. Like when I separated from my first husband. Hell yeah, I worried. I played out all those terrible scenarios in my head of what would happen if I left, and they overshadowed the fact that I knew in my heart that my life wasn't where it was supposed to be. That I was not where I was meant to be. I worried so much that I talked myself into just staying where it was easier. I spent at least 2 years before I left my corporate job last year worrying about what I would do financially if I left that big salary. That number held me back from going after what would actually make me happy and what I knew deep down I would freaking rock at. Finally, though, in both those scenarios, I got so uncomfortable in the situations that no worry was powerful enough to stop me from walking through the fear. And this is my favorite part. The power of your mind. Next time a worry starts to creep in your head, like, I'm not going to make it through that workout. I'm not in shape. I'm going to fail. I'm going to get to that new job and hate it and wish I had stayed where I was. I can't start my own business and then it fail. That would be so embarrassing. I can't record this podcast and put my voice and my thoughts out there for everyone to critique. No one will care what I have to say. I can't get out of this relationship I know is going nowhere because no one else will want me. I'm not going to travel and die in a plane crash. Like crazy shit like that, right? It actually keeps people from doing the things they want to do. It's so much easier to worry than to just freaking believe in yourself, right? Or to just believe that it's all going to be okay. What doesn't work out wasn't meant for you. Worrying is literally betting against yourself. You feel the way that you think. So stop thinking bullshit thoughts. Stop betting against yourself. You are powerful. You were put on this earth for a reason, and it was not to play freaking small. Now, if you're thinking this is easier said than done, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. That, again, is your thoughts refusing to accept the knowledge, the fact that we can control our mind, because you would rather believe whatever keeps you from making changes. Whatever keeps you in that comfort zone, even if you're really unhappy in that comfort zone, that's your hell and you know it. You know the outcome if you stay there. That is some tough love, but you gotta know I say it because I want to see people freaking running towards their dreams, sprinting. So if there's something on your heart today that worrying has smashed down into a little corner to try and keep quiet, I urge you to start playing a different song in your head. Think of future you on the other side of that thing that's tugging at you. Think how proud of you she or he will be. Think about how good it feels when you do something you weren't sure if you could. I think we should chase that feeling over and over again because damn, it's awesome, isn't it? Like when I see my son whack that baseball for the first time of the season, all his fear of being the worst player on the team is gone. He beams with pride. Hell, I beam with pride. It's just so awesome, you know? Pushing through fear, but even just watching someone else push through theirs feels a hell of a lot better than worrying would have and allowing that worry to keep him from playing ball. And that's another thing. When we don't allow our worries to stop us, we do the thing that scares us anyway, and you never know who is watching, who is inspired by that. Watching my son whack that ball after not knowing anyone, playing on a new league, and he hadn't played in 2 years. I thought to myself, damn, he is so brave. That inspired me, and I'm his mom. Think of who you could inspire. And like I said in my first episode, that's a free gift we all have to give to one another. The ability to inspire. And think about you getting to the other side and acknowledging the fear you felt, but that you pushed through anyway. Next time you feel a worry coming on, think about that. Think about future you when it does work out just the way it was supposed to. Notice I didn't say the way you thought it was supposed to, but just the way it was supposed to. You just have to stop worrying and freaking show up. Try everything that you feel called to do, and you know what? It may not work out the way you planned. But what if it's better? And I can also think of times when I went for something and it didn't work out. But I thank God for that too. Like all the boyfriends in high school I thought I wanted to marry. Honey. Phew. Thank you, God, for not letting that work out, right? I know somebody feels me on that one, I'm just saying. And jobs I applied for that I thought would fill the void in me. It was scary to go for them, but I did it anyway. Just chasing happiness. And damn if I'm not glad I didn't get hired. That wasn't what I was meant to do. I see that now. Everything is working out for you. You're called to do something for a reason. It's placed on your heart for a reason. That reason may not be that it works out perfectly in your eyes. It may not work out at all, but there's a lesson in that too. We can learn from everything we go through, but you have to go through it first. Don't disqualify yourself from the race before you even start. I believe in you. Why? Because I know that you wouldn't be listening to this podcast unless you had the desire to level the hell up. I mean, it's called Elevate with Erica. We are elevating up in here, honey. Right now, I'm elevating with this cold Yingling. Sorry if you're listening to this on Monday morning. My throat was dry. You can cheers me with your coffee. But in all seriousness, worrying is a waste of time. Let's stop stressing over things that are not in our control. Take a breath with me. Let it freaking go. Remember, we can feel the fear and freaking do it anyway. Let's make life exciting, shall we? You have what it takes to do everything you were meant to do, so let's cheers to that. Cheers to not letting worry cause us to throw in the damn towel, and instead show the hell up and feel proud of ourselves for walking through the fear, no matter how it turns out. I'm about to quote Eminem because I just have to. This is our one shot, our one opportunity. Don't let it slip. Until next episode, friends. E.